Hello everyone, Michelle here from Gardening TLC. I live in Northern Illinois Zone 5 and we are working in the backyard. We have been back here pretty steady for the last 3 days. First we did a no-till bed prep for the spring, then we planted underneath a maple tree, and today we're going up the embankment and we're going to be putting in steps. Now we're not doing your traditional steps, we're doing this with boulders and rocks because I don't want to spend a lot of money, but I need something that's functional and that works and that looks good. So if you want to learn how to do that, come with me today and we're gonna knock it out. Come on. This is where I want to create the steps. This is an embankment that comes down, and as you can see, there are roots sticking out, the sod is thinning out, and I want this to be easier to traverse. So I don't want to spend a lot of money, and I don't want to do a lot of root cutting. I will have to do a little bit, but I don't want to do a lot. I also want this to lead up into the next garden. So I went and got myself a pile of boulders, and these are anywhere from 12 to 18 inches. Some of them are 24 inches. And what we're going to do is we're going to line the edge with boulders on this side. We already have the cut wall stone on this side. And then we're going to make like little steps with platforms as we go up the slope. So we're going to start at the bottom down here, and then we're going to work our way up. As you can see, I did mark lines where we're going to be running the boulders up the embankment so that I have a good idea of where I want to place everything. We will end it up here where the cut wall stone ends because it's pretty straight as we go up here. Now, I haven't figured out what I'm doing in this garden yet. That is certainly for next year. I will be doing some planting of ground cover underneath this tree. I will be mulching it. I will be adding some compost just because this is another area where it just, it's an eyesore and the ground underneath it just looks worse every single year. It is underneath a Crimson King maple, so we are going to make it look a little bit better. All right, so now that we've got all of our supplies over here, we are going to go ahead and start installing the boulders. Now, I did bring the guys over with me today because I do need a little bit of help with this, but most of the boulders are manageable for one person to be able to pick up. One, we're going to clear an area where we're going to put the first row of boulders. We are going to use a pickaxe because it's got a nice blade that will scrape the ground away for us. Hopefully we aren't going to have to cut too many roots, but we're going to go ahead and just scrape out a bunch of the dirt in a straight line so that we can install the first set of boulders. So see, that was pretty easy. We just scraped it out, and now we're just going to put a line of the boulders. These boulders are probably 12 inches across. We are going to try and find boulders that are kind of the same size, and we're just going to go all the way across to where the bed ends over here and the bed ends over there. And we're just going to make a little trench and just keep filling those with the boulders. So that's step one. That is the bottom. Once we get the line of boulders in, then we take the dirt that we dug out of the trench and we push it back behind the boulders, and then we go dig out our second little trench. As you can see here, we are digging it out deep enough that we can fit the boulders in there. We're going to go all the way across. Yes, we are hitting some roots, but we're not hitting a lot of major roots over here, just a lot of smaller ones. This is part of the reason why you want to use a pickaxe, because you can actually just cut those out of your way like he's doing right here. Now, I am probably not going to leave dirt here. I'm probably going to lay fabric, and then I think I'm going to put some rock in here so that you've got something to step onto for the platforms. And it is like a little puzzle. You try to find the pieces that are going to fit and that are going to look good. And so we're just going to keep going through and cutting the trench out. And then we're going to keep putting the rocks in the trench, and then we're going to keep moving the dirt between the two areas to create the platform. Then we'll cut some landscape fabric, put it in place, and then we'll put rock down. thought I'd take us up the other way. I have decided that we do need to put another little row of stones right here because whatever is going on right here is just going to roll down the hill. So we decided we'll back up another one right there. Now, as you can see, we're going up the hill here, and see how we pulled the dirt back behind the boulders, and then we created like a little platform. That platform is not totally horizontal. It is still on a slant, but now I can step over, and now I've got a place to plant my feet. Here you can still see the trench in here, and it's not smooth. So what will happen is we'll backfill around all of this. It'll still be on a slant, but it'll be a nice smooth slant. And then we're gonna lay the fabric, and then we will put the rock in. Now, walking on little rock up a hill is not a great idea. It can be slippery. So we're gonna be using a bigger river stone that's anywhere from 1 inch to 3 inches. That way we have more of a support. Go get the fabric, but I'm bringing my guy with me because there's a big spider on it, and I hate spiders. So yeah, he's gonna have to grab it.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, but it's a big spider.
It's a tarantula?
No, it's not a tarantula, but he's a biggie.
Oh, look at that, baby.
Big. Ooh! Oh my gosh, look how far it goes. He's way up there. Okay. Anyways, yeah, I'm running. I like spiders. They do a great job, but man, I don't want them on me. We are ready to put the fabric down. This is exactly what I envisioned. Now, we decided to put the rocks on this side to hold everything in, and then we went all the way up, even though we have the cut wall stone, because it looked weird just having them right here in this little section. So we went the whole way up. Then I planted some all gold Hikana grass. This is a Japanese forest grass. We backfilled it with compost. It will drain here well, even though that there's a lot of roots and this is heavy clay because it is downhill. So I only had 4, and I stretched them as far as I could, and we ripped them apart and split them and put them in. But as you can see, this is still a hill going up. But now it's like you step over the rocks, and then it's 2 steps, and you step over the rock, and it's 2 steps until you come all the way to the top. So this is a pretty heavy duty fabric. You've got this like glossy fabric on one side, and then it's cloth on the other, and the rain will permeate through this. So what we're going to do is we're just going to cut out the little squares and put them in here. It might not go all the way to the edge. We basically just want to cover the main surface. So that's what we're going to do next. Can see here we have our fabric all down. Okay, there it is all the way down. So see, it's still an embankment, but this looks nicer and it slows you down so you don't go so fast down the embankment. And then if I turn myself around, up we go. I like it. What do you guys think? We are also going to be mulching the area that we did yesterday. So hopefully you caught that video where we planted underneath the maple tree. And I had a little pile of compost that I left at the bottom of the tree, and we scraped out the grass, and now we're just going to throw that up the embankment. We will also be mulching that and coming around the maple up here at the top. So that's what we're going to do next. I am feeling incredibly grateful after the 2 days of doing the first 2 sections by myself, having some help today. So what we're doing now is we're taking compost and we're coming up the embankment. Again, you do not want to put more than 2 inches over the top of these maple roots. Maple roots want to be on the top surface of the soil, and you definitely don't want to be covering them up with 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 inches of product, because you will smother them. Now, doing a couple inches and a layer of mulch, that is totally fine as long as you don't go too deep. So we are going to just spread this compost up, and then we're going to mulch, and the guys are here with that, and we're just going to get going. Decided that down this outside edge, I'm going to plant these little blue mouse ears. Aren't they cute? Now, I could plant them closer together, but I might plant something in between them. But I want to go down the embankment with something that's little, that's sweet, that you'll see as you're climbing up the steps. So this is a mini hosta, and it's called Blue Mouse Ears. It is going to get 6 inches high, 12 inches wide, grows in zone 3 through 8. I think these are so sweet. All right, let's get them in the ground. We are going to get all of our scrap out of here, and as you can see, we did drop another bucket of compost, and we will be spreading this out so that only 2 inches are on the ground. And we're going to just do the natural area that is around the tree right here, and then we're going to mulch it. The only thing I'll be planting in here will be some of this geranium macrorhizum, the Bevan's variety big root geraniums. I saved some plugs to put up here underneath the tree, and my goal is that we can get that to spread and fill in. Again, you can see that we are doing a very thin layer of mulch on here. I do not want to smother the roots. The other thing too is they will pull the mulch and the dirt away from the very base of this tree, because you don't want it up on your flare, so they will pull that away. Oh my gosh, how cool is this? I am so ecstatic over how this looks and that I've got it all done in 3 days. Thank goodness the boys helped me today. I was feeling a little sore after the last 2 days, so man, was that a gift to have them. I did manage to get some of the geranium macrorhizum in here, and you can see they are so cute looking, and they're going to spread and be ground cover. I only had 10 plugs left, so I'll have to add some more in the spring, but that can wait. It'll be okay. I do have to come up with a plan for right here, and I think I'm going to do a dormant seed so that the grass is fuller and thicker here, because I don't want to bring mulch all the way over. I do want some grass in here, and I'm still thinking about what that's going to look like the rest of the way down the sidewalk. I have all winter to think about it. But look at this, you guys. Isn't this awesome? Oh my goodness. I love this. This is so clean looking. It was inexpensive to do. I had all the material on hand, so I didn't have to go buy anything. And even if I would have had to have gotten some boulders and some rock, it would have been worth it. The last video we did where we planted around the maple, here we go. We got the swing set in place. The swing hopefully will be here in the next couple weeks. I did call the company and leave a message. All of our little plugs are planted in here. Here's a look at our walkway or our steps going up and around the corner. Oh, isn't it great? I love it. It's so clean looking, and now it's not a big dust bowl down here, and I feel like the garden is complete, except for, of course, planting this next spring. So this was video number 1 in our series that we did, the no-till bed and getting that ready. If you want to see how to do that, you'll have to go back and watch that video. The second part of our series was planting underneath this maple, and we had a lot of roots to deal with, and we dealt with those, got everything planted, and now this is ready to grow up and be a spectacular garden area. And then last but not least, doing our steps, going up the hill and then finishing off around the upper tree. Oh my goodness. I am so happy. This is awesome. Well, that's all I've got for today, you guys. I hope you enjoyed coming along with me on this 3-day journey and doing the no-till bed and doing the planting underneath the maple. And oh my gosh, don't you just love those steps? And you know what I love about them? I think anybody can do this. It was pretty easy. Now, I'm glad I had the guys for the heavy lifting part. I probably could have done it myself, but boy, after the last 2 days of doing the first 2 parts, I was pretty wiped out. I'm old, you guys. So I was glad I had help with that. But I think anybody could tackle that and do it. With my 3 guys, we actually did that in about 2 hours. So it didn't take very long. And I think what took us the longest was getting the material over here. It wasn't the actual construction of this itself, because that was really fast. All right, that's all I've got for today. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned something. We'll catch you in the next video, and I hope you get your hands in the dirt today. Bye, everyone.